It is Thursday, just got into the gym. Now got a meeting with William over there. There's going to be a time lapse in it, obviously. That will be next. We're going to talk about how he's getting on and the approach that he's taken to clients and things like that, and building his own profile as an expert in strength and conditioning. There's Phil. Massive Phil. Lats for days, he nearly knocked me out of the way. Look at that back. Look at it. Swimmer's body. There's James over there, seen swimmer's body, apart from the excess body fat. And here's William. Say hello, Will.
Hola.
Will's ill, so he has to stay 5 feet away from me at all times. Otherwise I'll pick it up. I know I will.
I was on the train once during like revision time for GCSEs, and there was a mother and daughter like opposite me, and Mum was like sort of testing her daughter, like asking her, what is it? She goes, "Oh, name the little sausage-shaped things on down the windpipe," or something like that. And then said about the small intestine, and said like very similar sort of structure. What's the name of those? And then she was like, "I'm not sure." And the Mum was like, "Come on," and then the daughter was like, "I don't know." And Mum goes, "Actually, I've lost it now. I can't remember." And I went, "I think you'll find it's villi." Just leant over, and she goes, "Oh, obviously a doctor." And I went, "Oh, no." Just didn't correct her. I wouldn't like to.
Don't like to brag. Nearly a question time at the gym. I've got my hummus, integral. Hummus. To answering questions. A great one from Toby, which I will film. The answer to that will be coming up. Toby is an avid viewer and one of the members at the gym as well, and he always asks amazing questions. It's probably quite possibly the most intelligent person I've ever met. I've met some intelligent people. Once met Stephen Hawkins.
Stephen Fry doesn't question Toby.
Exactly. Not even Stephen Fry could question Toby. Mate, let's do that bit again.
I've toyed with the idea of doing some MMA, and the reason for that is because actually all my friends from Saffron Walden, all very middle class. They've all done a lot of MMA. They've actually, some of them done some actual like sort of fights as well. Like they all did it at an MMA gym in Nottingham when they were at uni there, and it's something that I've always thought would be like a good like sort of like different way to like test like sort of like fitness as away from like, you know, just conditioning stuff.
As soon as you get punched in the face.
Does.
Well, I've been punched in the face. I'm very annoying and rude, so like it's happened. Like
we're not disputing
this arrogant like sort of like personality. It gets you a punch in the face every couple of years. So I've been there as well.
That was brilliant.
That's getting the vlog, isn't it?
It's going to be the opening bit.
I contemplated doing MMA once, and I did boxing at the time. Then I did my one and only fight, retired undefeated. Got punched in the face and realised I didn't like getting punched in the face.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to do that again.
Punch in the face. Have you ever been punched in the face, Will? No.
Never been punched in the face.
Too nice.
Let's get this first one.
Let's get on video. So I got punched in the face with my arms behind my back.
Oh.
That was a fun experience.
What have you been?
I've heard about this.
So I came up from a scrum in a rugby match, and because I was a hooker, yeah, make fun of the name if you want to.
Who's a prostitute?
My arms are behind two props, which were locked in place, so I can't defend myself. The opposition hooker came up and went straight in my nose. Couldn't do anything. Blood went everywhere. That was a nice experience.
So before we start descending into fight stories, guys,
Should we turn this into fight
have we got any other questions for us? Otherwise, we'll start telling anecdotes of all the fights we've been in and how hard we are. We're all pretty hard.
I've got false teeth and everything. And scars on my face. I've had my head stamped on as well, twice.
Listen to her. Alright, so I think we'll wrap it up there, otherwise it will get silly.
First time I strangled someone, Bill.
Here we go.
I do judo.
Guys,
okay. So, Toby asked the question on the vlog and also sent to me through Facebook, and I thought I would answer it on here. So those that watch the vlog can see it. I answered it on our live video, which we do every Thursday at the gym, which has got all the team on. But I'll read it out as he's messaged it to me. So Toby's question was in response to something I said on yesterday's, 2 days ago's vlog, and where I talked about general physical preparedness and kind of what CrossFit is really, and how we approach that, or how I approach that in terms of program for people and the members at the gym, and add in an element of periodisation. The bit that inspired that was me watching the World Championship Athletics tournament that's going on at the moment. If you're not watching that, it's awesome. Get on it. So Toby's question was general physical preparedness periodisation program. Quoting one of the things I said. You mean to say that your approach to GPP includes periods of emphasis towards specific variants which potentiate each other toward a higher level of preparedness generally? Question mark. How do you do this and maintain the highest level of preparedness possible at any given time if emphasising specific variants? Don't the untrained variants detrain us, lowering overall preparedness? And you asked if I could expand on that. So I went on to use a bit of an example in the gym, and I used two girls in the gym, Tammy and Sam. Both of them started at a lower level of general physical preparedness, and at the start of the year, that is. So since the start of the year, we've gone through an absolute strength cycle, which is trying to improve everyone's overall strength, some aerobic capacity training, into a more specific phase of training where we were including stuff that you might see more often in a typical CrossFit workout and a typical fitness workout, constantly varied high intensity functional movements type workouts. That included some muscle endurance, some speed and power training, some anti-rotation work, some single leg work, and we're now building in a more specific gymnastic strength phase. So since going through that, these two people have both got skills like body weight snatches. They are hitting really heavy clean and jerks, heavier than they've hit before. They have both got strict muscle ups. They have both got strict handstand push-ups, as well as the kipping variation, all whilst improving benchmark CrossFit workouts like Helen. For those that don't know, Helen is 3 rounds of a 400 metre run, 21 kettlebell swings, 12 pull-ups. A really, really tough workout. And this is all whilst maintaining touches on the more random element of fitness, as we are trying to prepare ourselves for every eventuality and the unknown and the unknowable. If you watch the Netflix documentary about Rich Froning, he pretty much says this is what he does as well. In that he does order his year, he utilises proven principles and strength and conditioning that we know work, as well as or in order to improve his overall fitness. If you were to truly follow a GPP program, it's my opinion that after the initial compensation phase, where you, as a beginner, you will improve your fitness just by doing more than you did before, that it will lead to very little to no progress in your overall fitness. You won't see very many increases in your strength. You won't see very many increase. try and start that again. You won't see many increases in your absolute strength. You won't see many increases in your muscular endurance, your aerobic capacity, all these specific individual elements of fitness that we know are important and make up a well-balanced athlete. So in order to help keep people healthy, which is our predominant aim, I believe that there is a definite need for structure and ordering and balance within a training phase. Just doing random workouts will not work for everyone. However, doing slightly ordered workouts and structured workouts will work for 99% of the population. The tough part comes in that GPP is an attempt at not periodising, so you are ready for anything. However, in theory and in practice, these are quite hard to link up, I suppose, and tie together. There are holes in this, in my belief. Strength training within the CrossFit program, the original CrossFit program, is purely to elicit strength adaptations. For instance, to get stronger, we use big compound movements like deadlifts, back squats, strict presses, Olympic lifts, etc., etc. However, if you do not practice these skills regularly enough, both at light load and heavy load, then how do we expect to develop the neural pathways to elicit a response from your muscular and endocrine system that allows you to express more power and strength per muscular unit? It just can't be done. There's an element of skill fade that will happen that will not allow you to continually lift heavier and heavier and heavier each time you practice these exercises if you're not practicing them regularly. If you're doing them once every 6-7 weeks, which is what should happen in a well-rounded CrossFit program, then there will be an element of skill fade. This is why the sport of fitness is changing things, in that these athletes are squatting regularly, they are lifting heavy regularly, they are doing progressive types of workouts regularly, they are ordering their training whilst maintaining variation during their year and peaking for a certain phase of the year, because you cannot work maximally all of the time. Stress is stress, there's life stress, sleep stress, nutritional stress. It all adds up into a situation where you will become overtrained if you continue to bang your head against the wall every single day, trying to go at high intensity every single day and not taking a step back. So that is kind of the answer to that question. There, I could go in depth on that a little bit further, and I probably will at some point. And yeah, hopefully that makes sense. And if you enjoyed that, as always, feel free to hit the like button, comment below with any follow-up questions, and make sure you subscribe. If you go to that little bell just next to the like button and subscribe button, you can set your notifications up so that you are notified every single time I post. And there's going to be more and more educational information coming out like this in future vlog episodes. So hope you enjoyed this one, and see you on the flip side. Since summarised by Toby my approach to fitness, because I'm not that great at putting it into work or putting it down on paper. I can tell it to someone, but putting it down on paper eloquently isn't my forte. So Toby has managed to summarise my response and my approach to fitness. He has summarised it as collective skill and capacity maintenance with simultaneous individual skill and capacity progression through distinct periods of training emphasis. That is near enough exactly the approach I take towards people's fitness and health with the gym. If I didn't have such an expensive camera, I would drop it and just walk away. I've just got to place it down. I'm done. I'm out, Toby. I'm out.